Hello everybody, it's Sinal here. It's been, what, 4 days since I put out a video? I didn't die, I just played a little, I played half my level on Saturday, and then it took all of that time, it took 4 hours I think it was to craft my chest up, and then I realised I still couldn't do 7 because I had to fix my rings, but those didn't take too long to craft thankfully, and now we're running T7. Let's see, normally I'd explain a bunch of things, but I just want to show some things off first. I got a couple of recordings here, as you might have seen up here, it says almost died. Yeah, we're gonna see what happened. So this is T7, and this is why I wanted to fix my tank before I came into T7. So just running around here, I don't know why there's no sound, but... oh, there kinda is, but it's real quiet. So right here, so as you can see, I got slammed by these elite that doubled up, and I'll explain what actually happened. So what happened is, if we just go back a little bit, there's a bug in the game, and on this map it's on the corner that I try to teleport past. So right here, there's like, imagine an invisible line right across here. If you teleport or use any skill while you're running across this line, it'll stop your character moving. So I'm holding left click the entire time, right? So as soon as I try to teleport past here, it stops my movement. So I'm still holding left click, but I'm no longer moving, which is why I have to teleport a second time. Because I realize after the first teleport that I'm no longer moving because I teleported across the bugged zone, and it stops you moving until you let go of left click and then press it again. But since my finger was on W, I hit that again. So you'll see it here. Right here, I'm in the, this is the line right here, right? So these two leap on me and slam me before I can do anything. Right there, and I have 62 energy shield left. Right, and so I teleport. Oh, actually, I wouldn't have had time to realise, but I just double tap teleport because I figured that was the zone. But we'll see the bug again in a second because I have another recording, a better recording of it here as well. So if I hadn't have fixed my tank, you can imagine those slams are physical damage, and this is why I wanted to get the chest. This chest right here, if I was not wearing this, that converts 12% of the physical damage to cold damage, I would have died for sure. So this is the all magic secret Rob. I don't know why Rob is so secret or why he's got a cloak named after him, but yep, here we are. So I crafted this, and then I crafted... not this ring, this is my old ring. I crafted this new ring, so we got the minion attack and the higher tier res, and then what else did I do? I think I just re-rolled one of the resistances on here, maybe. Where was it? Was it on my helmet? No, I re-rolled one of my resistances to shore up because the fire was still low, so I just rolled off one of the cold ones onto fire. And then I made this thing, which I'm trying to get more intelligence on, but it's just not playing ball right now. So that was it for crafting. And now there's other news, but I'll show you this other bug first, and other ways that you can just die straight out in hardcore, which is why you want a lot more survival than what the game recommends. Because I think the game in 7.2 or 8.1, it recommends you have like 36,000 survival, which is absolutely not enough. I'm just going through my hard drive. 1 second, I've got another video here. Okay, so here's another one. This one was pretty long. I think I end it right after what I want to show you, so... I think it's right around... is it here? It's here somewhere. Basically, Cube puts... it's this mob right here. You see this little skull icon? I think this is the guy that wanders along slowly and he spawns mobs, but you'll see if you stand in front of him, he drops these, it's basically a nuke, and that's what the mobs spawn out of, but if you're standing in it, you'll see how much damage it does. So see that? He just drops a line of things, which spawns all the mobs, and that did, what'd that do? 3,500 energy shield damage. And that's through 60% physical resistance plus 60% elemental resistance. So that damage is being reduced twice by 60%, and it's still nearly killed me. So this is why you want a lot of tank in hardcore, and this, you should never ever stand near that monster, basically, for any reason. And as you can see, like my frost shield is up. If that wasn't up, I'd have taken 30, I think it's about 35% more physical damage. Definitely would have killed me. So that's why you don't want to be doing that. Now, what else happened? I was watching some videos to get some inspiration to find out where I can get more damage. And I came across this one here by Locardi, and I checked out his build code, which he has down here. And we got a few insights from that. I didn't copy what he'd done, but it made me realize that there were other ways that I could get free damage. And it made me double check some skills. So from that, I have now swapped out added physical damage for multi-strike. I think probably around 400 intelligence is when this would have been better than added fizz. I mean, if you believe the tooltip, then it's 26% worse, but it absolutely is not worse. I just got done testing it. It's definitely better. And I was going to test servant damage as well, but I don't think... I mean, these two will be pretty similar, but multi-strike's going to end up being a lot better. So the other thing that I did is I took off defensive layers from here. And the reason I did that is because this just overlaps with something I already have on the tree. I know in a previous video I said this gives you 1 second where your shield charge will start and then it can't be interrupted. That's absolutely not true. I tested that. That was absolutely not true. Don't believe that. So this just does the same thing I'm already getting on my skill tree anyway, so I don't need it. And then I figured, you know, a bit of extra armor, effective rate against non-physical, it doesn't hurt. And then the other thing that I did is, all of this is still the same, this is still the same, that's mostly the same. We still didn't get soul candles. So I put Grudge on here, because I always curse mobs, so now my Frost Spirit can paralyze the monster, which makes them take 15% more damage. And then when I was watching Locardi's video, I noticed that he had Tendon Slicer on his spider tanks. The problem with that is Tendon Slicer is only 20.5% physical, so I'd be better off using just like minion damage, or whatever it is, this one. Servant damage would be a lot better because it's 23. And this isn't max rank either, and it doesn't have the +7 skills from being equipped, so this will be significantly better than Tendon Slicer. But your Frost Spirit can just have Tendon Slicer, which has a 40% chance to make the monster take 10% more damage. Oh, it says from the supported skill. Yeah, so this is just actually worse than... Oh, I didn't read that properly. Okay, that's probably not doing anything, to be honest. So what I'm gonna do is, because I wanted 2 of these, I'm just gonna slap that on. There you go. Another mistake fixed live on the video, I guess. But yeah, Tendon Slicer, I'll show you why it's not better. I mean, it's definitely not better than this. This is the best support by far. But let's see. So Tendon Slicer, if I equip it, actually I need one that's level 16. So let me get one that's the same level as what we're going to compare it to. So we'll get that. So these are both 16. So if I equip this with my skills, this becomes 18.5 and 10. but only when the debuff is up. So this is 28.5%, right? And then if I just throw in servant damage, this is actually worse, really. Huh. Maybe it is better then. Okay, maybe Tendon Slicer is slightly better. Huh. There you go. Well, Locardi knew what he was doing, I guess. But the problem is, it's still worse than everything else that I have on here. So, there you have it. Because this is 28.5, which would be the same as Tendon Slicer. This is 28. Oh, actually, hold on. What about a level 30 Tendon Slicer? What about that? A level 20, not 30. Jesus Christ. Okay, so the high level one is 30.5. So that would be potentially better than this. Do I want to use that? It's not better than wind projectiles because the projectile speed clears the mobs faster, so I take less damage, the spiders take less damage. Definitely not better than that. It's definitely not better than multi-strike either. So the only thing it could be better than is Fizz to Fire. How about we test that, actually? We'll test that right now. Actually, no, it can't be better than Fizz to Fire either, I've just realised. So, if we replace Fizz to Fire, right, we're gaining 2% damage. 2% damage is all we get from this, right? But then we'd have to use one of these, which is only 26.5, instead of this, which is 38%. 38.5, so yeah. This combo is better than Tendon Slicer, unfortunately. You could probably swap out wind projectiles for Tendon Slicer, but I don't think it's like the projectile speed is just way better. Yeah, so that's pretty much where I'm at. With that said, our damage is now pretty good. We're over 100 million now. Or around 100 million, I suppose. I have a slate that I want to try to see if my damage goes above this again. So if I just, if I cast and overloads up, then it's 100 million. So if I'm not being lazy, it's 100 million. If I'm being lazy, it's less than 100 million. And then, you know, if you want to cheese it, you can put on this belt, right? You can just slap that on, lose 44% survival, and then, you know, you do 200 million damage. But this is hardcore, so we can't use that belt. So we'll just pretend that doesn't exist, get our 80% survival back, which was 44%, not 80. I don't know, the tooltips are a little bit scuffed as hell this season. So, and then I have a slate, this one right here. I want to try and get this one on and see. We'll put it on now and actually just see if it does more damage. So yeah, we're in 7, we're farming 7. I'm trying to finish off this belt, and then I want to try and, I need to craft another ring, an amulet, a helmet, some gloves, and then after all of that, I'm going to try and switch to a two-handed sword instead of a bow, because then I get multi-strike stacking on that. But we'll see how that goes. So, I'm going to try and install this instead of, let's see, what's my worst slate here? Probably this. No, this one's defensive, we can't get rid of that. So probably either this or this. So this one would be the worst. So, what if I... Don't mind me, I'm just fighting with the controls right now. Okay, cool. And then we'll install this. Can we rotate this? We can. Okay, perfect. Alright, let's see if that's more damage than the int on my other slate. And yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. I'm not dead. I did get level 98. I don't know if you noticed that down in the bottom corner there. This looks to be worse. Is this worse? This is about the same as the int stacking, I suppose. No, it appears to be slightly better. Okay, so we're going to leave that slate on and see if we can get a better one than that. But I mean, that one's pretty good. So the rest of these are just cold damage. We got critical strike rating for order. I got this drop and it duplicated, so I got 2 of the same one. +1 physical level and 10% additional damage applied to life, so that's pretty huge. I think if I end up playing Rosa, we'll probably do that. Other than that, we didn't really get too much good stuff over here. We got this drop and duplicate, but it wasn't very good. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I'm starting to drop purple ones of these, but we haven't found a good one yet. We found a replacement for this. The problem is I need to roll a decent stat down here to replace, and these just don't drop, so yeah, we can't do much there. Can't really roll that, and we need at least one good stat to replace this, right? So we get we get the 8% attack speed here, which will make up for one of the stats, but we need to roll one of these back onto it to make it worth using. So I'm just holding on to that for now, and I feel like I've gone on and on and on for a long time, so I'm probably just gonna call it there. This hasn't updated because I only just got 98 and figured I should put out an update. And yeah, I wanted to show off those how rippy it is in 7, even with 48,000 survival. So yeah, it's kind of brutal out here. The mobs just teleport on you, slam you before you can do anything, so you need to overtank the crap out of your character if you don't want to die. And for some reason, Moto is much harder to get survival on than it was on Yuga 2. No idea why that is, but that's just the case. Alright, thanks for watching. I will stop rambling, and yeah, I'll get back to it, and hopefully tomorrow we have some new crafts to show off. Hopefully the damage has gone up to, like, realistically probably 125, 130 million, and yeah, that's that. Catch you all later.